Alright, welcome to ETC Tutorials. So the Kickstarter is getting really close to being ready to launch, and before I did that I wanted to talk about a few details about some things that sort of indirectly affect the Kickstarter, and I just wanted to talk about where I'm coming from, and I just want to be 100% transparent about this project and where I'm coming from and all of that. So before I do jump into that, let me quickly update everybody as to where the project is exactly right now. So I will be uploading another update video probably very soon. It's not going to be that exciting of an update video because it's like 99% the exact same thing as what I uploaded in update number 5 or the previous update. The things that I have been working on, just creating a little intro sequence, a very mediocre outro sequence. Actually, it's less than mediocre. It's actually, I don't know. Well, it's extremely temporary right now. I'm going to put it that way. I'm not happy with the quality of it, but I'm going to see if I can find time to improve it in future updates, but it'll have to do for now. And then there's like a temporary main menu, which isn't really a menu. It's more of a press any button to continue, and it just has some detail about the game. But anyways, those are just small little details that I added to add some final polish to get it to ready to be shipped out to the press and Let's Players and journalists and whoever might just be interested in this video game. And then the other thing that I've been working on is getting the game ready to port to Ouya. So I have gotten quite a few test builds running pretty well on Ouya, just tweaking the controls, making sure the controls are really good, tweaking the performance optimization as much as I could for the time being. The real performance optimization is going to be all in changing the level design and really just replacing all of that cube art. And then there's a couple of other details just to make sure that it would work well with the Ouya store, and just because the Ouya is slightly different than a normal Android console, there are a few little things that I had to change, and implementing some Android and Ouya packages into Unity, which was a little bit confusing at first, but later on, once I do a tutorial, now that I've figured out all the kinks, or at least I think that I have, it should be pretty easy to upload a tutorial about that when the time comes pretty far in the future. So yeah, got that all polished up as much as I can for now and submitted to the Ouya store. So now it's just a matter of waiting for the approval process. But from what I've heard, it's a pretty quick approval process. So I'm hoping that it will be up and available on Ouya very soon. And for those of you who have Ouya, it's just going to be 100% free for the public to download. And then on top of all that, I've just been doing a lot of researching and marketing, which really comes down to just a whole bunch of just research, making decisions about the Kickstarter, and then marketing wise, just creating a press kit. Still need to work on my landing page, just creating a lot of screenshots, getting it all organized, making sure all the information's on the press kit. So yeah, that is pretty much where things stand right now. For now, I'm like pretty sure I'm going to launch the Kickstarter mid-December, and it's going to go for 30 days, which means that it is going to end mid-January. So those are the plans for the Kickstarter. Okay, so going back to what I said at the beginning of this video, I wanted to talk about a couple of details about myself and where I'm coming from and other things like that that indirectly affect this Kickstarter. Like I said, I want to be 100% transparent and just put absolutely everything out there so that there's no chance of misconception or elusiveness or anything like that. So one thing I should probably put out there is that I know there are a lot of Kickstarters for indie game developers where their main budget goes for development time, and what that basically means is paying rent. And I know it makes me sound so cool, but I still live with my parents, so paying rent at this point in my life isn't necessarily a huge issue. So that being said, it's not like if this Kickstarter fails, I'm going to be homeless or anything like that. Another really big reason why I chose to go with Kickstarter is that, honestly, Kickstarter, from what I've researched, is an extremely good marketing platform and it can really help you reach a really big new audience. And just on top of that, I really wanted to go through Kickstarter to hopefully take my tutorials to the next level and really get funding behind them. So some of the things that this funding is going to help pay for are things such as a online store template that I can put on my website that's really nice and professional and has all of the features of a real online store, so that I can organize something like this Kickstarter, and just to give another platform of being able to deliver products to people online. Another thing that would really help out just this big production that I'm planning on doing is a new set of hard drives. Now, the reason why it's going to take a lot of storage to be able to put together a series like this is because I want to film everything in Fraps, because Fraps will just allow for a much better audio and visual quality that I just can't get through XSplit. But the problem with Fraps is that the files are absolutely huge. I think like 30 minutes is like 30 gigabytes, so it's like a gigabyte a minute. And I really want to record as high of quality as I possibly can. Another thing is that I want to keep all of the raw files of all of the everything that I've recorded previous to editing and after editing. I want to keep everything saved in one place so that I have a backup of everything, and so that I can go back and edit things as I need to, because I really want some really good congruency throughout all of the different episodes of this tutorial series. So on top of all that, I want to get a second hard drive for backups. I want to sync these hard drives together in, I believe it's RAID 10. So basically where it copies the same files to both hard drives. So that way, if one of the hard drives fails, I still have all of the files, so that I don't lose months of work. And these files are simply too huge to really manage any other way. I mean, of course, if I can find any other way to manage hundreds and hundreds of gigabytes like this, I will definitely back it up a second time. But at the very least, I need at least one backup, because I can't afford to just accidentally lose all of this data. Another thing, equipment-wise, that this money will be going towards, and this is actually a smaller cost, I believe it's the smallest cost as far as equipment goes, but video lights. I need to get some video lights, because the ones that I have right now just really don't cut it, and I really need some what's called a softbox, and just good strong lighting that I can use at any time. Right now I'm actually lit up with sunlight, and this really isn't optimal or predictable, so I really can't film on a regular basis using sunlight. So like I said, that I want to take these tutorials to the next level. I really am talking about the big picture. I really want this to be a commercially successful product. Because the more that I can make this a commercially successful product, the more that I can move on to keep doing bigger and better things, and just keep on growing as ETSki Tutorials, or the company of ETSki Tutorials, or really just making video games. So another thing that I wanted to talk about, and this is something that I've been thinking about for a while now and doing a lot of research on, but I was thinking about using a fraction of the Kickstarter money to actually take a trip to GDC, or the Game Developers Conference. Now, I am a bit on the fence about this, because I've been doing a lot of research about GDC, and I'm getting a lot of mixed opinions as to what exactly GDC is. A lot of people think that it is a place that you go to get inspired to make video games, and it's kind of like a really big video game vacation almost. That, or it's like a business expedition, or a place to find jobs within the industry, or something along those lines. I don't know, there's just so many mixed opinions as to what GDC is. What it really sounds like is GDC is whatever you make of it. So I definitely wouldn't want to use the Kickstarter money towards GDC if all it's going to do is be an inspirational trip. I mean, that would be cool, and I'm sure it would be a lot of fun, and I would love to go do that, but it's not really a necessity. What I'm really more concerned about is it going to benefit both myself and the video games that I create in the future, and just the entire ETSki Tutorials company, if you want to call it that, or just whatever video games I end up making in the future. So, based on all of the research that I've done, it does seem like there is a chance that GDC could lead to something really cool and in the future lead to some really bigger and better things. Perhaps I'll meet some people there that would be really worth teaming up with. Maybe I will find some publisher opportunities. Maybe I'll just meet some people within the media. I'm not really sure exactly what I could get out of GDC, but it does seem like there are a lot of possibilities. So that being said, I would really like to get everybody's opinion on GDC, especially those who have been to GDC, and what your thoughts and experiences were on GDC. And just in general, I would like to get everybody's opinion on whether or not they would think that a trip to GDC would benefit Eatski tutorials, or just video games that I create in the future, or just being able to come out and move on to make bigger and better things to bring to everybody. Alright, I guess that pretty much wraps everything up. So if anybody has any opinions on anything that I've said in the video, I would love to discuss it below in the comments. So yeah, I really hope that this Kickstarter is successful. I'm just going to give it my all, and I really want to create a really awesome product. That is my main goal. I really want to create something really new and awesome, and something that I really think the internet needs, and everybody, I mean not everybody, but just I've seen so many people wanting good beginner tutorials, and I really think that I can deliver something that just would be really welcomed into the internet and just be a really, really great product. And I really think that Kickstarter is going to be the best platform to deliver that product. So yeah, hopefully this is like the next big step in Eatski tutorials. So yeah, I guess until my next episode, I will see you later, and keep making games.